Morning all students, welcome back to our online class. Okay, then we are continuing the history first lesson, Mali Empire, isn't it? Then what we study in this lesson, centers of power existed in the medieval world, and that is the our content of this lesson. Okay, the another topic is another empire that existed in the medieval period was the Mali Empire. Then all of you look at the map, Mali Empire. Where is the location of the Mali Empire? Mali was located in the African continent. That brown color, don't you see? The brown color is the Mali Empire. Mali is located in the western side of Africa. That is the Mali Empire. Okay. Then Mali Empire was one of the famous empire of medieval Africa. The center of administration was Mali in West Africa. Okay. Then in the African continent, another important medieval centers of power are located in the Mali. So in this lesson, we are studying the different centers of power that existed in the medieval period. That is in the different continent, and this is in the African continent. We already studied in the Asian continent centers of power. Okay, in the African continent, very important. Then the centers of power in medieval world was the Mali Empire. Okay. Then in the Mali Empire, very famous ruler was Kangan Musa. Very different and interested name. Kangan Musa was a very important emperor in the Mali Empire. Understand? Then in the European records, the Kangan Musa was known as Mansa Musa. So you listen, one point is that a Mali Empire located in the western side of Africa. Then important ruler in the Mali Empire was Kangan Musa. Okay, 2 point. The third point is the in the Mali Empire, very important commercial trade center was the Timbuktu. Timbuktu, that is the another name, Kangan Musa, emperor name, and trade, commercial and slave trade center, everything is concentrated in the one important center of the Mali Empire. That place was, town was known as the Timbuktu. Timbuktu was the important center of the commercial center, trade center, and slave trade center. Okay, the merchants from other countries, from European countries, had come to then the Timbuktu, and then they have done the slave trade and commercial, and they are transacting, and then the ivory, gold, and then ivory and gold, and in the West Africa. Then the Mali, very important point. Then the characteristic of Mali was that Mali had a huge wealth of treasure of gold. That is why very healthy region at that time. ഒരുപാട് സ്വർണ്ണ ഖനികളൊക്കെയുള്ള ഒരു സ്ഥലമാണ് ഇത് ആഫ്രിക്കയിലെ Mali Empire. They had a huge treasure of gold. That is why Mali region was very wealthy region. Okay, clear. Then another point is that in the Timbuktu there is one important university is there, and different then the students from the different countries are coming and staying here, and that university is very important for imparting the Islamic knowledge. That university is concentrated in the Islamic center, Islamic knowledge, from the university imparting the Islamic center, Islamic knowledge. Okay. Then there is a great mosque is in the Timbuktu, constructed by the Kangan Musa. So if you are saying about the Mali Empire is in the Africa. There is an African continent, very important empire at the medieval period was the Mali Empire. The ruler was the Kangan Musa, and the town was the important slave trade center was the Timbuktu. Then important feature of the Timbuktu was that there is a great great mosque is there, and Timbuktu was the commercial center, trade center, and slave trade center. Also, there is an important famous slave trade center was the Timbuktu. Then there is another important feature of the Timbuktu. There is a great mosque is there. It was constructed by Kangan Musa, and then there is an university. There is one important university was located in the Timbuktu. From the university, they give the more importance to Islamic studies. Okay, then all of you look at the screen. Very easy topic now. Only 1 or 2 points only you have to remember that. Then Kangan Musa. Then Timbuktu in the Empire of Mali was the most important cultural and commercial center of medieval Africa. Merchants from Venice, Granada, Genoa reached Timbuktu for marketing their merchants such as gold, ivory. It was a center of slave trade. Then important University of Timbuktu. If you have the textbook, underline the University of Timbuktu. There is a leading center of knowledge. And another important, the great mosque constructed by Kangan Musa at Timbuktu was the leading center of Islamic studies during the medieval period. Understand? Okay, Mali Empire, once again, location of the Mali Empire, West Africa. Then Mali Empire had a huge treasure of gold. Then who was the important ruler? Kangan Musa was the important ruler. Then where was the important trade center and town and commercial center? Timbuktu was the important commercial slave and important towns. Then another point, there is a great mosque is in Timbuktu. Who constructed the great mosque? Kangan Musa. Then Timbuktu was the important university, then imparting the Islamic knowledge. Islamic center. The university is concentrated in the Islamic knowledge. Okay, that is only in the Timbuktu. Okay, now we can go to the another centers of power, China and Japan. Listen, China and Japan. In China and Japan, where is the China and Japan? China and Japan is in the Asian continent. So in the Asian continent, African continent, and the European continent, all continents at the medieval time, important centers of power were existed. Isn't it? Then China and Japan. China, where is the location of the China? China was our neighboring country. I think that you already know that the location of the position of the China, India's neighboring country. One neighboring country is the China. Okay. Then in the medieval period, China was ruled by the Tang dynasty. So in China, the language is then another type, Tang dynasty. In China, at the medieval period, at that time, the important ruler related to Tang dynasty. Then the sovereignty of the country was vested in the emperor. So full power is controlled by in the medieval period, full power is controlled by the emperor. The medieval period, the very important first dynasty was the Tang dynasty. So if you are saying about the medieval China, the very important point is that they selected the officers through the competitive examination. According to their efficiency and according to their ability, they are selecting candidates through competitive examination. But China competitive examination like the PSC and UPSC, like the nowadays competitive exam in the medieval period, that the emperor, that the government is selected the officers through competitive exam. That is a very important point of the the important point of the China. In the medieval period, the officers were selected through competitive examinations according to their education and excellency. Okay. Then after the Tang dynasty, the next dynasty was the Song dynasty, Ming dynasty, and Manchu dynasty. So in the medieval period, first dynasty was that Tang dynasty, Song dynasty, Ming dynasty, and Manchu dynasty. At the end of the medieval period in China, the important dynasty was the Manchu dynasty. At the time of the Manchu dynasty, the Europeans came to reach China, and then the partition China, everything was happened in the time of the Manchu dynasty. That we study in the next 10th standard next year history first lesson Chinese revolution. ഈ മഞ്ചു ഡൈനാസ്റ്റിയുടെ അവസാന കാലഘട്ടത്തിലാണ് ചൈനയിലെ എന്താ വിപ്ലവം revolution started, and Sun Yat-sen became the first president in China. That is at the end of the Manchu dynasty. Understand? So in the medieval period in the China, there is a 4 important dynasty was ruled: Tang dynasty, Song dynasty, Ming dynasty, and Manchu dynasty. At the end of the Manchu dynasty, the Sun Yat-sen came to power in China. Chinese revolution was happened, and Sun Yat-sen did the revolution. Everything will study the next year. Okay. Then, okay, China over. Next important centers of power in Asian continent was the Japan. Japan also near to our China. We are very familiar of the Japan. Okay, we are using the many electronic items and Japan's electronic items. Okay. Then, if you are saying about the Japan, in medieval Japan, the emperor was the supreme head in the political affairs, isn't it? We are saying about Japan, the emperor was the supreme head. Everything is the supreme head of the country is emperor. Supreme head is the country was emperor. If you are saying about the Japan, the supreme authority is the handover by the Japan emperor. But the another point is that but supreme head is the emperor, but the administration was handled by the a few landlords. In Japan, the administration was controlled by the few landlords. They were known as the shoguns. The administration was controlled by the few landlords. It was known as the shoguns, isn't it? In the case of Japan, administration is fully supreme head is the emperor, but the administration was handled by the feudal landlords. They were known as the shoguns. One word on it. There is a chance of asking the one word question. What is the name of the feudal landlords in Japan? They were known as the shoguns, isn't it? One word question comes here. And at that time, then the shoguns, the Tokyo, at that time, shoguns time, the Tokyo emerged as the centers of power. At the time of the shoguns, Tokyo emerged as the centers of power. Tokyo is the capital of Japan. At the time of the medieval period, shogun, who was the shogun? There is a landlords, feudal landlord. They are doing the day-to-day administration in Japan. That shoguns, at the time of the shoguns, then the Tokyo emerged as the center of power. Tokyo emerged as the center of power at the time of the shoguns. Okay, clear? Then China and Japan, these two empires were in the Asian continent. Then China and Japan, there is a medieval period, the important powers were existed in China and Japan. The two countries are in the Asian continent, Mali Empire in the African continent, and European continent we already studied, Roman Empire, and Arab, the Asian continent, that is Arab Empire, and then the Mongolia, Ottoman, everything is studied. Okay, the next is the medieval America, isn't it? Next is the medieval America. Then American continent. In American continent also, then the medieval in the medieval period, important centers of power were existed in the American continent also. Understand? But America in the medieval period, the centers of power were existed. Okay. Then all of you look at the screen. From the ancient time onwards, indigenous civilization prevailed in both North America and South America. These civilizations continued to exist in the medieval period also. The administrative system in these regions were purely indigenous. Okay. Then ancient time onwards, indigenous civilization prevailed in both North America and South America. Okay, then if you are considering the America, North America and South America, we already know that there is a North America and South America. Then from the ancient time onwards, the American at that America prevailed in there is their own indigenous civilization. In the ancient time, very ancient time onwards, in the North and South America prevailed in their own indigenous civilization. And this civilization is continued up to the medieval period. South America, one type of civilization, and then the South America, another type of civilization. Isn't it? In the medieval period, North America, one continent, and South America, another continent. In these two continents, there is two types of civilization that exist. Then again look at the screen, North America and South America, which are the civilization that existed in the North America, Mississippi, Caribbean, Mogollon and Patayan. North American civilization, very important civilization in the North America existed in the medieval period, Mississippi, Caribbean, Mogollon and Patayan. Then South America, then medieval time, which are the civilizations that existed, Mayan civilization, Incas, Aztec and Toltec. Isn't it? South America, Mayan, Incas, Aztec and Toltec. North America, Mississippi, Caribbean, Mogollon and Patayan. And these four, North America, four types of civilization existed in the medieval period, and South America, four types of civilization. At the time of exam now, there is a civilization, it is shuffling, and question is like that, selecting the North American civilization and selecting classify the North American and South American civilization. That is, the questions are coming like that. Okay. Then at the end of the medieval period, then the Europeans reached America and establishing the colonies in America. Europeans മോശമല്ല, ബ്രിട്ടൻ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? End of the medieval period, Britain reached America and established the colonies in America, 13 colonies in America, and started exploitation of American then the natural resources and wealth. And they has Europeans has brought the then the Negroes to America for working the plantations in the North and South America. Then medieval period അവസാനം ആയപ്പോഴേക്കും യൂറോപ്യൻസ് എങ്ങോട്ട് വന്നു? ഇന്ത്യയിൽ മാത്രമല്ല, അവരെങ്ങോട്ട് പോയി? അമേരിക്കയിലും പോയി. അവരവിടെ കോളനി സ്ഥാപിച്ചു. ആരെ? ബ്രിട്ടൻ. Europeans reached to America at the end of the medieval period. Europeans reached to America and established the colonies in the North and South America and started the exploitation. And last then the American people conducted the revolution against the Britain. That is known as the American War of Independence. That we studied the 10th standard first lesson. But Chinese revolution, this lesson continuation we studied the next class 10th standard first lesson modern history. Europeans evada vannu? Britain, America vannu. Britain endu cheyidu? America colonies സ്ഥാപിച്ചു. അതിനെതിരായിട്ട് അമേരിക്കക്കാരെ revolution നടത്തി, വിപ്ലവം നടത്തി. അതൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് next year 10th standard. Okay. Then how much medieval standards was studied in this lesson? Going to finish this lesson now. Then Roman Empire, then Arab Empire, Ottoman Empire, then the Mali Empire, then China and Japan, then America. All these studied in this lesson. Medieval, important medieval centers of power were existed. Okay. Next is the decline of feudalism, isn't it? Then we studied the important medieval centers of power. Then how did the medieval period is declined? What was the reason of the decline of the feudalism? Medieval period Okay, medieval period feudal landlords, decline of feudalism. So medieval period feudal landlords. Then what is the that is why it is known as the feudalism. Then what is the feudalism? The socio-political, okay, all of you look at the screen. The socio-political economic system existed in medieval Europe based on the land was known as the feudalism. The socio-political economic system existed in medieval Europe based on the land is known as the feudalism. Okay, then 2 more question. What is the feudalism? What are the reasons of the decline of the feudalism? Sure question. Then what is the feudalism? The socio-political economic system existed in medieval Europe based on land was known as the feudalism. Okay. Then end of the medieval period, there is many reasons are related for the decline of the feudalism. Then very important is that end of the medieval period, agricultural production decreased. Agricultural production decreased. What will happen if the agricultural production decrease and going to decline? It will then this resulted in the outbreak of the famine. If the agricultural production is declined, surely automatically the famine will be arise in the different parts of the world. Okay. Then another is the reason of the decline of the feudalism was the plague. There is another disease at that medieval period, like our then the COVID-19. At that time, there is a very serious. Then the disease was that plague. It was known as the Black Death. So another reason was the Black Death. The plague that is wiped up really half of the population of Europe, isn't it? Then because of the plague or Black Death. Then another reason of the decline of the feudalism was the crusade. That crusade was then the fought between the Western Europe and the Turks. That is in the 13th century. Then from the 13th century onwards, then the fought for then appropriate Jerusalem. The Western Roman Empire Turks fought for the appropriate Jerusalem. And then if you are saying about the Jerusalem, very important place for the Muslims, Jews and Christians and Arabs, all these people, the Jerusalem was a very important pilgrim center. So for appropriate for Jerusalem, the Western Roman Empire and then the Turks were fought. And for that war is known as the crusade. Why did it is known as the crusade? Because because of this Jerusalem. Jerusalem was the holy city of these religious people, Muslims, then the Arabs and Christians and Jews, all these section of the people. Jerusalem is a very important holy place. That is why this war for the Jerusalem is known as the crusade. Okay, then another, Chinese invented the gunpowder. China gunpowder then can suppress the kings and feudal landlords. Chinese invented the gunpowder. With that gunpowder, they can suppress the feudal lords and kings. Okay. Then another point is that the new middle class emerged as a result of growth and had the root and that decline of the feudalism. Okay. Then there is an different reason for the decline of the feudalism that will lead to the end of the medieval period. All of you look at the textbook. Look at the screen. Reason for the decline of the feudalism. Okay, agricultural production declined. It will lead to the famine and the plague. Then the Black Death, crusade. And America invented, don't you see the blue color? Then China invented the gunpowder because of these reasons. Then the decline of the feudalism was declined. Okay, very important. Surely will be asked the exam. Decline of the feudalism. Okay. Then, so what did we study in this unit? there is a different, in short, there is a different centers of power were existed in the medieval period in the different parts of the world. So we studied in the very important centers of power, Roman Empire, Mali Empire, Arab Empire. Many times I repeated, you know, everything is very important. And then the decline of feudalism. Last we studied the what are the reasons of the decline of feudalism. Very important. Then the agriculture production decrease. Then the plague. Then the invention of the gunpowder. Then the crusade. Then another point is that the emergence of the new middle class had the rulers to suppress the feudal lords. The outbreak of many peasant revolt and the war in different parts of Europe weakened the lords and strengthened the authority of the kings. Okay. Then decline of feudalism. We discussed you have to study the 4 or 5 points related to decline of feudalism. Okay, students, listen to me. We finish. Then our first lesson is completed. Okay, then I hope that you all are understood that first lesson, very easy lesson. Then okay, thank you. Decline of feudalism, last topic. I explained all these points. Okay, I conclude my class. Okay, thank you.